Hey everyone, Cash here back with another video from Madden 15. Today we take part in the most exciting part of the offseason, the NFL Draft. I would maybe say the most exciting part of the season, but we did win a Super Bowl. That was a slightly bit more exciting. But take a look at the roster, what we need to get in this draft. Quarterback, third quarterback, a starting left guard would be awesome. Another corner. We do have the two starters there. Morris Claiborne, a great addition, but we need to look for another starter now that we have Adam Pac-Man-Jones gone, and we also let go of Bill Bentley. We need another free safety as we let go of Don Carey, and then another halfback. We have the three there, but you figure you need another one, especially in case of injuries. And then tight end, I figure Brandon Pettigrew maybe won't even last through this preseason, so I'd like to get a third tight end. Defensive tackle, this more of a depth thing. Fairley does play on the outside, so I figure why not get another D tackle. And then kicker, we have no kicker, so we need to look for one. Refreshing you on our picks, we have two first-rounders. We have the Dallas Cowboys 9th pick, then we have our 32nd pick. We have two second-rounders as well, a third, a fourth. We do not have a fifth-rounder. We have 3 6s and a 7th, so we have a lot of picks. I will guarantee you right now, we are not going to keep all those because we do not need that many picks. But let's get the draft started. The Raiders do have the first pick. Let's take a look at the draft board. You see a D tackle there at the top. We've got a defensive end, outside linebacker, quarterback, outside linebacker, D tackle, corner. Corner might be the first spot there in that list where it kind of gets interesting. I think corner is a real possibility in this first round, whether it's our first pick or our second. Otherwise, a lot of the guys here are positions that we're not really focused on, especially to spend a first-round pick. Because you figure first round, it's someone that's gonna make a difference on your team. And you see here some of the positions of need. Left guard, best guy is a third rounder, so a poor time for us to need a left guard because that would be a great guy to go at in the first round. But corner looks to be kind of a very first round heavy position. And then we have one free safety graded out in the first round, but that is late, so maybe we'll get him with our second pick. And then tight end, actually there are a lot of tight ends graded in the first round, so maybe we take one of those in the first round, although I'd hate to take someone that's going to be second or third string in the first round. And then D tackle, you see there's a lot of D tackles as well. But let's start the draft. First pick, Steve Darman is the pick. The Bears reach, I think, for D tackle. I think he was the 6th best player, so they go with him at number 2. Quarterback goes to the Giants, Hartley. Another D tackle, wow, to the Titans at 4. So a run of D tackles, Reed Sam, a middle linebacker, to the Dolphins. The Bengals are another D tackle, wow. So I don't think we're going to be taking the D tackle in the first round. The first corner goes 7 to the Texans, Manny Sherrod. And then the Falcons take a defensive end. Interesting they take Perkins, because I believe there's another defensive end that was graded as the second best. Yes, Ijala, so they don't take him. So what's wrong with him? Although 3-4, he might fit perfectly in our defense, but we have a stacked defensive line, so we're really not going to go defensive line. Let's see what else we have here. Scouted players, we have these two corners, and I think corner might be the way to go. As, let's see, left tackle, need anything else, so corner. We have two guys here, Dayon Quick and Ali Marsh. So taking a look at these two guys, pretty similar attributes for both. But you see here the speed, both A, acceleration, agility, all A. So that is what we like to see. And then let's take a look at some other positions before we make a final decision. D tackle, so all those first round D tackles, only one left, 23rd overall, so we're not going to go with him. And I'm going to end up settling on Ali Marsh. And the key here was that he does play in the 3-4, but he is a 6'2 corner, a big guy, and I think will fit perfectly in our defense. So he is going to be our first round pick. We continue on. The Redskins take a wide receiver. The Dolphins will take Quick a couple picks later. So I think the Dolphins, that's their second first round pick. So it looks like they have a good first round. The Bengals, another first rounder. They take a tackle. The Chargers take a left end. And then the Raiders, and this is why the Raiders are bad year in and year out. They trade up into the first round and take another defensive tackle. What the heck? The Jets take an outside linebacker. The Chargers take the first halfback of the first round. The Buccaneers then take a tight end, Trahan. Cardinals take, and they're going to take Ijala, that second overall player, so he dips all the way down to 18. The Panthers take an outside linebacker. The Steelers will take a left end. The Eagles at 21 will take a tight end. So we see some tight ends coming off the board here. The Jaguars at 22, they're going to take Tarpley. So there goes our targeted free safety. The Saints take a corner. The Broncos take a left end. The Patriots take a center. The Ravens will take a center as well. The 49ers will take another D tackle, so I think that's 6 D tackles that were taken in the first round. Then the Broncos take Wade Brown. I think that's the first QB off the board, very late, 28th overall. The Packers take a defensive end. The the Bears trade up and they take a free safety. So the 2 top free safety targets are gone, and just before we pick, as the Chiefs take an outside linebacker. So here we go, our pick at 32, and I don't really know what's going to be available. Let's take a look at the trade offers first, and we are getting a lot of 2018 first round offers. You see a lot of picks there from the Rams, but I don't see anything 2017, but we have some first round options next year. So let's see what's available here. All available. We have some outside linebackers, a tight end there, but still I don't know about taking a tight end in the first round. We have outside linebacker, halfback. Not going to take a halfback in the first round, definitely. So it looks like, and you take a look here at what we've scouted, we have halfback, corner, quarterback, left guard, but the left guard isn't until the 3rd round, so really no one here for us to take. We have so few of holes in our team, so we are going to trade down, and I'm going to take the Cowboys offer, a 1st and a 3rd rounder next year. It worked out so well for us this year. We got their 9th pick, so let's take this trade, see if that will turn into another high pick next year. Let's see who the Cowboys take, and it's Martinez Manning, so they take a corner. And then the Raiders, to begin the 2nd round, take a wide receiver. We have a tight end going to the 49ers with the 2nd pick, a left tackle to the Giants, a tight end to the Titans. Actually, I just realized there was another quarterback taken in the 1st round, so the Broncos did not take the first one because I remember the Giants took a quarterback early in the 1st round. With a halfback going to the Jets, an outside linebacker to the Texans. The Falcons are going to take a corner, and then the Cowboys, the last pick before ours, will take a outside linebacker. So here we are with our first of our 2 picks in the 2nd round early here. Let's first take a look at the offers, and oh my goodness, we're getting offered a 1st rounder in next year's draft. So the potential to take another 1st round pick, have 3 1st rounders next year. So let's see what is available. And again, I mean, this isn't too many picks from our last pick, and there wasn't really anyone to take then. There still really isn't anyone to take. I don't really want to reach at this point, especially if we have the ability to trade back to the 1st round next year. As I said, we have so few holes. Really, all the positions we need, it's for depth. The only real starter we need is left guard, and the best left guard prospect is the 3rd round, and I don't really want to reach that far. I feel like we can get a left guard with our second round pick. You see the free safeties. Now that those are gone, there's no one good to take there. And if I haven't scouted the people, I don't really want to take them without scouting them. And at this point, it's all depth. So I think we're going to trade down again. So the 2 offers are Seattle and New Orleans. Of course, I think New Orleans is going to be the better option there for a team that's going to perform the worst. So we have taken the Saints offer. So we now have 3 1st round picks in next year's draft. Now the only thing is, with how long these seasons take to go through in real time, real life, I don't know if we'll actually end up, well, we'll definitely make it through another season. I don't know if we'll make it through another season after that, so I don't know if these picks will actually even matter. So maybe at some point in the season we will use these picks to trade for a player. Maybe if we have an injury or something, but at least we have those in our back pocket. And now we'll continue here through the 2nd round until we get to our next pick. We did see another quarterback go there at some point. We have another corner going here. The Steelers will take another D tackle, so it looks like our option of taking a D tackle for depth is not really going to happen, because there has been a ton, as I say that another D tackle is taken, there's been a ton of D tackles taken in this first 2 rounds. The right tackle goes to the Broncos. The Patriots will take a quarterback, and Tom Brady retired, so is that the replacement for Tom Brady? Possibly. We have a left, and here we go. Here's some left guards being taken as Lemonier gets taken. Another corner goes. Another left guard goes. Tomas Johns, who was the first, or the top available left guard, so looks like our plan might have screwed ourselves there on that one. A center gets taken to the Bills, and a center goes to the Chiefs. So let's see what's available. And at the top, we have a tight end graded out in the 1st round, a couple halfbacks, 3 corners, which we're not going to take another corner, some wide receivers, corner, tackle, D tackle. There is a D tackle there. As far as what we've scouted, we do have that D tackle, Banks, Priester there, left guard, right end. Let's take a look here. We have a couple D tackles. Let's see if either of them are any good. And we have some B, D, B. Not really anything that blows you away, especially for the 2nd round. Let's take a look at the left guard option here, Rainiel Bray. And Again, not anything really too crazy. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to take a chance. This Dalton Stanton guy, we know we wanted a tight end at some point. And the fact that he's been graded out in the first round, maybe it's bad because we have had that in the past where the CPU has left them for a reason, but we're going to take a gamble because we have that ability because our team is pretty stacked already. We're going to take a tight end in the second round, and now we'll move ahead to our next user pick. It's the last pick in the third round, and what we have available here, not a ton. We do have one corner graded out in the second, but we're not going to take another corner at this point. And let's see what else we have here. A lot of mix, actually, of positions, but what we see here is we have one remaining guy at left guard that we have scouted, and then we have 3 free safeties, but they're all the way in the 6th round. So what we're gonna end up going with here is the left guard. Because it's the last guy we have scouted, at least I somewhat know his attributes. So we're going to take Nicholas Cummings, the left guard. We'll see if he turns out he is our 3rd round pick. We move ahead now to the first of our 2 4th round picks. And here, let's see, we have a wide receiver still graded out in the 2nd round. Actually a lot of wide receivers and halfbacks here, but let's take a look here. We have 1 D tackle left that we have scouted in the 6th round. I don't really know if it's a point where we need to reach for him. And then we have some free safeties in as we look through these 2 guys. We got Trovon Thomas and Amos Dupree actually the last guy is a 3-4 guy, but let's see here. Zone, man defense horrible, but really we're focused on the zone. B zone defense not too bad. A speed, ooh, that's not bad here. A acceleration as well. So Trovon Thomas actually not looking like a bad option, and we are going to reach a little bit and take him in the 4th round. We'll see how he turns out when we take a look at his stats, but now we move ahead. Actually, I'm sorry, we only had 1 4th round pick. We had no 5th rounder, so we move all the way to the 6th. Now we have 3 picks here, and this is all we have left of the players we've scouted. A QB, a right guard, and a free safety. And we knew we needed a 3rd QB at some point, so let's take a look at this QB. I'm going to call him Devalera Dotson, and this guy's stats not that bad. A throwing power, A speed, A acceleration, A agility. So you know what? Let's take a gamble. We're going to grab him with our 1st pick in the 6th round. Now onto our 2nd 6th round pick. And let's see what we have left at this point. Not anyone left scouted, so now we just kind of have to guess, I guess, and grab the best available, or at least kind of just gamble on a position. And at this point, no one really there, so let's take a look at the offers available, and it looks like we can get a 5th round pick in next year's draft, so I decide to do that. At this point, there's really no need to get any extra picks, but there just wasn't really anyone that was jumping out at me, so I skipped that pick, and now we're going to move on to our last 6th round pick, which will end up being our 2nd. And here there still is this Larez Phelps, a 2nd round grade on this wide receiver. We really don't need another wide receiver, but at this point, let's take best available. So we are going to take a chance, grab him. If it doesn't turn out, so what? We cut him, no big deal. And then now we're going to move on to Mr. Irrelevant. And at this point, one of the few positions we still need is halfback, and we're going to take Rayshawn McNeil, the best available player. And that is our draft. So now let's see how it turned out. And here we go. Ali Marsh is at 76 overall. Not bad. Dalton Stanton, 77. Pretty good there in the 2nd round. Nicholas Cummings is 71. Thomas, a 67. Devalera Dotson, a 74. So, all right, we struck some gold, I think, with that QB. Larez Phelps did not strike gold, a 55. He's going to be our worst pick. And then Rayshawn McNeil, a 66. Looking at some of the attributes here, acceleration pretty good on everyone. The lowest one is going to be the guard, and he's even an 82. At carry, Rayshawn McNeil, 56 overall. That's probably why he was a 7th round talent. That's going to be hard for him to make the team. For man coverage, Marsh is an 83, so very good number. We'd like to see that there from our 1st round corner. And then moving ahead to run block, 93 for the guard. So that is a very good number. That is a good chance, I think, of him possibly starting. And then for speed, Marsh is a 91. We have 91s from the wide receiver and the halfback, and a very good number here. Dotson, the QB, a 93 speed. The fastest guy in our class is a quarterback. We'd love to see that, although who knows how much he's going to play. And then looking at the other QB attributes, he's got a 72 deep throw, 79 medium throw, 83 short throw, 87 throw on the run, 90 throwing power, so not bad. Now let's take a look around the league. The Panthers with a pretty good draft. They pick up a couple guys with an 80 overall, a lot of draft picks from them. The Raiders, a pretty good draft, although those two D tackles, they get an 86, so Darman definitely a hit. He's an 86 overall, but Simpson only a 78, but still they pick up a 79 wide receiver in the second round and then a QB there in the third. The Seahawks, they get the worst draft just because they only have one pick, a 75 overall, but how do you only have one pick, a second rounder? The Vikings, weird as well. They only have 4 picks, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. I have no idea where their picks went, not that good either. The Bears, they had a very good draft. Lockett, that second free safety, an 84 overall. Unbelievable we missed out on him. He went 2 picks before us with our second first rounder, and then they get 2 outside linebackers over 70, a right end at 70, a very solid draft from them. Broncos, a solid draft as well. They get an 83, a 79. They pick up 2 79s in the 4th and 5th round at center and left end, and they also had another 70 there. And then the Jets, I think the best team in the draft, 76, 81, 76, 77, 79 corner in the 5th. And then they pick up 360s, so a very solid draft, from the Jets. So now we move on to the preseason, and you see a lot of guys on the block here. Derek Carr, interesting on the block for the Raiders, but we're not surprised by anything the Raiders do anymore. In the preseason games, we're going to play the Buccaneers, the Redskins, the Packers, and the Bears. Of course, we play the Packers and Bears again. Divisional games make sense why we're playing them in the preseason, but just like that, we have made it to Season 4 of our connected franchise, the preseason. Seems like we were just at the preseason last year, but we're here again, ready to begin our return trip to the Super Bowl. Can we rebuild? And actually, no, we're not rebuilding. We're just adding a few pieces. We lost a couple guys, but we have replaced them. I think the team might be better than it was last year. Hard to believe we went undefeated, but we'll see if we can build a new juggernaut of a team here as we'll go through the preseason. I'm going to split the preseason in half, as usual. So you'll see the first 2 weeks of the preseason in the next video, and then the last 2 weeks in the following video. So you'll see some highlights of the games as well as the roster decisions we make. I'm going to go through, sign some undrafted rookie free agents, some other free agents to fill out the team, but I'll give you a look at everything before we play the first game. Otherwise, that is going to be for this one. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the draft, what picks you liked, what picks you didn't, and which ones you thought we missed out on that maybe we will regret later. But otherwise, that is it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and give it a like. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe to see any future videos that I make. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.